Picture this. You're 36 working in Singapore, juggling back-to-back meetings, MRT crowds, and late-night emails. Now just imagine pressing pause on all of that and waking up in Chiang Mai, Thailand. A slower pace, fresh air, affordable living, and mornings that actually feel calm. Today, I'm sharing the true story of a 36-year-old Singaporean who left her corporate job and moved to Chiang Mai to live more intentionally. Stick around till the end because we'll break down her story and talk about how you can build a realistic cash flow plan using REITs, dividend stocks, and even SRS to create more freedom for yourself. Before we dive in, hit subscribe, smash the notification bell, and join the Wealth for You community, where we share weekly strategies to grow passive income and buy back your time. Quick disclaimer. This story comes from a publicly available YouTube video shared by the original creator on her own channel. All credit goes to her for telling her story so openly. And we're sharing it here so that Singaporeans of all ages can be inspired by her journey toward a slower, more intentional life. While the concepts are real, everyone's financial situation is different, so always do your own due diligence. Chapter 1. Burnout in Singapore. She said her days felt like running on caffeine and pure adrenaline. Mornings. Before even stepping out of the house, she was already checking emails. By the time she got to the MRT, she was replying to Teams messages, standing shoulder to shoulder with strangers, mind already racing through the day's to-do list. Workdays. The office air always felt tense. Endless meetings, Slack notifications, and whispers of gossip about who's underperforming. She didn't even mean to join in, but complaining became a coping mechanism, a way to feel like everyone was just trying to survive together. Evenings. By the time she got home, she was exhausted but strangely wired. Even the gym became another box to tick. Run fast, burn calories, get it over with. Most nights ended with a glass of wine. Not to celebrate, but just to numb her brain and shut it all off. This hamster wheel of earn, spend, repeat was slowly draining her. If you're nodding right now, you're not alone. So many of us are living on that same treadmill, telling ourselves, just one more year before I slow down. But for her, that one more year kept getting pushed further and further away, until she realized something had to change. Chapter 2. The Leap. One morning it hit her. This ladder she'd been climbing had no top. Every promotion just led to another set of KPIs, another round of late-night calls. It wasn't just costing her time. It was draining her health, her happiness, even her youth. So she made the boldest decision of her life. She quit. Together with her partner and their spoiled little dog, they packed up, said goodbye to the rush-hour MRT, and moved to Chiang Mai. She said it best, I wasn't walking away from success. I was walking towards freedom. And that's what makes this so powerful. It wasn't running away. It was a conscious choice to design a life that actually felt worth living. Chapter 3. A slower, sweeter rhythm. She now calls a quiet, leafy, gated community in Chiang Mai home, a place with wide open space for her dog to run, a small pool to cool off on hot afternoons, and even a gym just a short walk away. The rent? Still just a fraction of what a small flat in Singapore would cost, enough to make most of us wonder, why are we paying so much just to stay stressed? Her days look completely different now. Mornings. She wakes up to birdsong and mountain mist instead of MRT announcements. Instead of rushing for the train, she takes slow walks with her dog, feeling the cool morning air and watching the sun light up the mountains in the distance. Late mornings. Coffee isn't something to gulp down while scanning emails. She makes a slow cup of matcha or heads to a cafe where beans are roasted on site. No screens, no Teams notifications, just her drink, and the sound of the world waking up. Mid-morning adventures. Some days she books a quick grab into the old city. She strolls past the iconic red brick Thapi Gate, steps into the peaceful gardens of Wat Chiang Mai, and sometimes just sits on a bench watching locals cycle past. Lunch, a steaming bowl of khao soi, Chiang Mai's signature coconut curry noodles, spicy, creamy, topped with crispy noodles, and all for less than a kopi and toast set back home. Afternoons. Grocery shopping is an event, not a chore. She picks up crisp vegetables, fragrant herbs, ripe mangoes at the local market. Even a simple stir-fry becomes a joy when the ingredients are this fresh. Cozy work time. On workdays, she heads to a co-working cafe with lightning-fast internet, surrounded by digital nomads and travelers journaling their own journeys. A reminder that work can feel lighter, even fun, when it's not done in a rush. Evenings. After dinner, she and her partner take slow walks around the neighborhood. The sky glows pink, the air cools, neighbors wave as they cycle by. Sometimes they ride into town for a sunset drink by the Ping River, or wander the Sunday night market, browsing handmade crafts and sampling street food. Night ritual. Before heading home, she ends the day with a foot massage for under $8. A moment to pause, breathe, and let the day go. For the first time in years, she says she can actually breathe, really breathe. Life no longer feels like a race to the next thing. It's about letting each day unfold, savoring small joys, and feeling present in the moment. And here's the part that struck me most. Maybe we don't actually have to wait until 65 to live like this. If we plan our finances right, building dividend portfolios, owning REITs, setting aside cash buffers, we can carve out little pockets of freedom much earlier. This is where her next step, her financial farm, becomes so powerful. Chapter 4. Reality Check and Adjustments. Before we get too swept up by the dream, let's be real for a moment. Life in Chiang Mai is beautiful, but it's not a perfect fairy tale. Long-term stays aren't automatic. You need the right visa or regular renewals. Good hospitals exist, but you'll want private insurance and a plan for emergencies. Banking, paperwork, and even grocery shopping can feel challenging if you don't speak Thai. It takes time to build new friendships and feel like you belong. And while housing is much cheaper than in Singapore, you can rent a whole house for what a small HDB room might cost. You still need to budget for rent, utilities, food, health insurance, and flights home. She also shared that everyday life isn't always smooth sailing. Grab rides can add up if you don't drive. Mosquitoes are a pain during rainy season. And perhaps the hardest part, slowing down after years of hustle felt uncomfortable at first. But here's what she found. Learning to unlearn urgency was the real freedom. Once she leaned into the slower pace, she began to feel genuinely happy. And that's why this next part is so important. The plan that made this slower, freer life financially possible, her financial farm. Chapter 5. Building the financial farm. So here's the big question. How do you actually pay for this kind of life? She didn't just pack her bags and hope for the best. She built what she calls a financial farm, a portfolio designed to feed her life with steady cash flow. Here's how it works. Her investment portfolio is the main farm. She holds dividend-paying stocks and REITs that pay her every quarter. This is what funds her daily living expenses. Her condo in Singapore is rented out. Instead of selling it for a one-off profit, she lets the tenant help cover the mortgage. Once it's fully paid, it will become a long-term source of steady rental income. She keeps cash reserves and some gold, so if markets dip or emergencies hit, she won't be forced to sell her investments at the wrong time. She continues doing a little freelance work, not out of necessity, but to stay engaged and top up her income while her investments grow. The beauty of this plan is that it's not about getting rich overnight. It's about designing your money to pay you regularly, so you can cover rent, utilities, food, health insurance, and still enjoy life. And on this channel, we often talk about how Singaporeans can start building their own financial farm using dividend-paying stocks, REITs, and ETFs. Even a small start, like setting up a monthly investment plan or topping up your savings account, is a seed. Over time, those seeds grow into crops that can fund the life you really want. Chapter 6. Emotional Reset. She rebuilt her days with a softer rhythm, one that actually felt human. Just a few lines of journaling in the mornings, sometimes just one sentence, to slow down and hear her own thoughts. Slow dog walks with no rush, noticing the breeze, the smell after rain, the mountain mist lifting. Cooking with fresh market ingredients. No rushing, no delivery apps, just real food enjoyed at her own pace. Joy became smaller, but deeper. A pink sunset, a lazy morning, her dog curled up next to her. And she said that's what she had been chasing all along. Not the next title or pay raise, but the ability to feel present, to live a life that wasn't just about productivity, but about being alive. Final thoughts. So here's the big lesson for us Singaporeans. You don't have to wait until 65 to start living. You can start planting those seeds now. Maybe it's setting aside a small monthly investment into dividend-paying funds. Maybe it's thinking ahead about how your property could one day generate income for you. Maybe it's building a rainy day fund so you sleep better at night knowing you have options. Each small step grows your own freedom fund. It doesn't have to be perfect or fast. It just has to start. If you could redesign your life today, which part of your financial farm would you build first? The crops, your dividend portfolio, the chicken, your property, or the emergency well, your cash and gold? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to read them and reply to as many as I can. And once again, full credit to the YouTuber who shared her inspiring journey. Do check out her channel if you want to see what slow living in Chiang Mai actually looks like. If this video gave you hope or ideas, smash that like button, share it with a friend who's feeling burned out, and subscribe to Wealth for You. And hit the notification bell so you never miss strategies to build a cash flow rich portfolio and live life on your own terms.